big issues are the ones that I mentioned. In the case of the left, it's really Israel as a state that is ethno-nationalist and avowedly so, and what they're doing to the Palestinians. I think, for example, Barack Obama was probably the least favorable president towards Israel since Eisenhower, probably. And I think it's just that he identified really with the Palestinians. He had a Muslim background to some extent. He identified more with third world peoples as a non-white person. And I think that's what is very common now. And it's just been increasing. I think for a long time, the Israel lobby was very effective in sort of producing this image of Israel as, democracy, human rights, and all that. But I think it's really frayed at the edges. It's pretty hard to hide what the Netanyahu governments have been doing, what's been going on in Israel. And so anyway, but again, on the right, there are different issues having to do with multiculturalism primarily, but also, Hollywood influences. This is not as much an issue with me, where I have not written that much about it, but there's certainly a strong Jewish influence in the media, Jewish ownership of the media, Jewish writers in the media, and so on, and pushing basically liberal values, and being very concerned about Donald Trump as a populist. Those are the big issues, and I think those things have been a crescendo. I think that Donald Trump probably had something to do with the upsurge of concern because these issues. When he was running, he was widely seen as a Nazi, basically. Many depictions in the mainstream media of Trump as a Nazi, doing Nazi salutes and calling him the Fuhrer and that sort of thing. And this was the very mainstream media, and especially interesting with the Jewish neoconservatives. Now these are Jews who are nominally Republican, but they had a very strong position in the Republican Party when it comes to foreign policy. They really dominated Republican foreign policy, and they probably still do in a lot of ways. But they bailed on Trump completely. People like Max Boot, William Kristol, and Jennifer Rubin of the Washington Post. So these people just completely wrote Trump off as and I think, and it was pretty clearly because of diversity issues. Again, the diversity issues when it comes to the American situation, Jewish activists, whether it's on the left or the neoconservatives, have been all in favor of multiculturalism and immigration and that sort of thing. And they saw Trump as a threat to that. So I think Trump's rhetoric on immigration has sort of ramped the whole thing up. Of course, he's been very friendly to Israel. But I don't think that has not really changed the equation here. These never Trump neoconservatives still hate him, despite all that he's done for Israel.
Yeah.
And on the left, it hasn't changed anything.
Right. Okay.